float example that we had in the previous video. I want you to try to make this. I'm going to show you that I've already made it here in text. Now these are rectangles. I'm going to make some changes real quick so that it's not going to be rectangles, they'll be squares. So let's go over to the code, and I'm going to take all of these bits of text out, and I'm just going to put the word div so that it's saved. And then I'm going to go all the way up here to the top to where this width is, and I'm going to take this out. I'm going to undo that class from each of these, so hopefully they'll turn out square. So let's try to take that out and save and refresh, and yep, we've got little squares. So we kind of have a match of what we built there in that whiteboard program. Alright, so now I want to talk about how I got it to do this, because if I come in and I change out the little bit in this style where I remove these clears, you'll notice that all of that goes back to one single row. So if I change that, and you notice on div 3 and div 4, here let's do this, let's do div 1, let's do div 2, let's do div 3, let's do div 4, and save so that you have them labeled correctly. In those divs, you notice that I've got on 3 and 4, I've got clear left. Now understand, if at any point in time I have any of the div 1 and 2s in place, let's copy that, let's place, we'll save, refresh, and you'll notice we have div 1s coming off the edge of div 4. Okay, why? Look, div 4 has clear left. Well, remember, what side are they coming off of? It is clear left. There's no float that's floating up here. It's floating to this spot, to the clear area, where there's nothing on its left. It wants a clear left-hand border. And then this one wants a clear left-hand border, so it won't butt up against that number 2. And div 1 and 2, number 1 gets a default clear left because it's the first item in the stack. So if we go all the way to here, we notice that our first div is a div 1. And so starting from top to bottom, we're going to go 1, and then it's going to add this one to right here, over here on this side, and then this one is going to say, hey, something can come along here, but div 3 is going to look up at its style and say, can I have that? Nope, I've got to have a clear left. I can't have a left-hand neighbor. So it's going to come in and say, I'm going to choose the next clear row. Div 4, same thing. It says I can't have a left-hand neighbor. You can have all the right-hand neighbors I want, or that want to be my neighbor, but I cannot have a left-hand neighbor. Okay? So this is how you could do that. Now, we're going to, in the next video, I want you to go on ahead and build this out and try it out and try your hand at using some of those float properties to position things. In later videos, we'll talk about positioning things relative to each other, relative to the box they're in, or absolute positioning. And then the next item we're going to do is we're going to start talking about placing divs inside of divs and making them do things. Okay? So come back on the next video.